The last video I posted, I showed this transition. If you notice, this gradient glow transition stuff that you see here, and I think the people that have used it prominently in their brand design is base 44. That's basically the transition that they use for their videos. So yeah, the persons that inspired this, kudos to the team. You understand? So we want to recreate this transition. We want to show how this transition was gotten, and it was done using 2 steps, just 2 steps, very simple steps. And at the end of this video, we will be recreating this small animation, be using it to show this animation basically. All right, let's create a new composition and get started. Create composition, let's name it transition. Let's glow transition. Made it a square. And now let's add a shape. Let's add an image. So I have some images that I have brought in for the class. So let's just choose one. Let's choose this. Alright, let's choose this. Let's scale it up to fit up to fill the screen. S on your keyboard, then you drag this to fill it up. We want it to cover the whole screen. Now let's add our first effect. Our first effect is colorama. A colorama effect. Colorama effect. So if you are joining us for the first time, this is your first time using After Effects, I just want to try this out. The plugin that I'm using to type out this effect is called FX Console. This is colorama effect, FX Console. Let's undo that. But if you don't have the effect, if you don't have the plugin, just select your image, go to effects and presets, search for colorama. This is it. Either you double click on it or you drag and drop. So let's just drag and drop on it. The same thing happens. So there are 2 things we are going to be paying attention in this colorama effects that we've added. 2 things. First of them is the colors that we want. Do you get the gradient that we want? And the other one is the phase shift. So those are the 2 things that we'll be looking at in this for this effect. So first thing you have to know is when changing these colors or adding the colors that you want to use, you have to add light colors, light gradients, colors that can easily merge into each other. You can just soft gradient. So I have some colors that I've picked from Pinterest and we'll be using it. Let's just use this stuff. I think let's use this one. Let's use this one. I think this will work better. Sorry. So I brought it in because we just have to pick the colors for this. Now go back to your color effects. Now select your layer, go back to effect control, which is this panel. Double click on any color, this triangle stuff, just double click on it, then you can pick a color that you want. So let's start with this one. So just start with that, double click, darker shade of it should be here. Double click, let's choose the purple. Alright, double click, let's choose a darker shade of the purple, which is this right up here, I guess. Let's just choose it from this shoe. Alright, okay. Next one, let's choose the yellow. Let me increase the size of this stuff so that we can pick the colors better. Alright, so this one, which color should we choose now? Let's just choose the sky color. Did that work? No, that didn't work. I think we need to change one color over here. Let's change this to something like this. No. Everything is just blending into each other. Which one makes sense? Really dark out this. Alright, so anyhow, let's just say this is our color. This is the color that we want to choose. Let's come down to around, pick something else. We need something different. See how important to choose colors are for this. Choose this and then go down the train. Something. This work. All right, let's turn on this. Let's say this is the brand color basically. You get now. You've added this. The next thing you need to animate is the phase shift. You get, let's add our first keyframe. We want it to have to go in 1 second. So add your keyframe to it. You on your keyboard to bring out your keyframes. Go down the line and change this to 1. Change this to 1, and let's increase our timeline to see our timeline better. So this is what we have now. This is basically what we have now. Now, if you notice, we've not gotten back what we want. You get, we've not gotten back what you want. So we need to add another effect to this. So the next effect we need to add is the gradient wipe effect. Gradient wipe effect. So what this effect does is basically wiping out the gradients from the layer that you've added it. Do you get? So we need to choose another source. Now let's duplicate this. We need to duplicate this, our image. Control D on your keyboard. Now the one that is below, delete everything, delete all the effects you've added. You should have done this earlier on, by the way. So this is what we have, and this is the layer that has the effect on. Do you get? So now let's animate our gradient wipe. You need to animate our gradient wipe from 0 to 100. You see what's going on here now. So you've removed it, 0 to 100. You get? So let's take it and ease that. Now let's play back. See, we've gotten our animation. This is basically the transition that you need. Now, anyhow you want to make use of this particular composition is now left for you. So, but as I said earlier, I'll be doing this little animation that we have here. We'll be just doing this small animation that we have here. So let's create another comp using this our glow effect. Let's create another comp, which is, let's go back to project panel. Yeah, did I drag you to? Sorry. Let's go back to project panel. Click on this to create a new composition. This is it. Now this is your new composition. Dragging your composition that you've animated, dragging your glow composition, your glow transition composition inside there. But now you want to do something, just turn it off. You want to create a perfect square. Please make sure that your square is a perfect square. Let's change the color so we can get to see it. Center the anchor points. So now align it to the center. Please make sure that your square is a perfect square. Now go back to your properties. Where is this? Let's go to the properties. Let's go down to the properties. We want to change our roundness to, let's place it around that 30, and this is what we have basically. Now what we need to animate is the the size, not this scale. You're animating the size of this shape. So let's add our size keyframe, add our roundness keyframe. We want this to go from a rounded circle or to a flat shape to this particular shape that we have basically. So let's start adjusting. Move these keyframes you've added to the last keyframe that you want the stuff to be. Do you get? So to the last shape that you want the stuff to be, on the last timeline that you want your stuff to be, your stuff to end basically. Now take your marker to get to the beginning keyframe and then start animating your size. Unlock this. This means that the breadth, that's the height and the width, is locked. That means if I'm adjusting, everything is going on together, but we don't want that to happen. Let's unlock it. Click on this, change stuff to unlock it. Now drag this. Let's drag it, I think. Let's put it at 1080, but that's the length of our width. Sorry, 1080. 1080, and let's reduce this to this, and then round up our shape. We just round up our stuff. So if you play this back, this is what we have. This is basically what we have. Now let's just adjust our timing now, and our ease is to it. So this is basically what we have now. This is what we have now. The next thing you need to do is to track mat your stuff inside this shape. So you see this place written track mat. Drag this pick web on top this shape. Just drag it to the shape and you have it inside. This the same thing with matting, with mating in Photoshop. Do you get? And the same thing with Figma if you use Figma too. So this is what we have currently. So let me undo this. So this is what we have now. This is what we have now, but we need to make it look more dynamic. Let's add a scale to our main glow transition. Let's add a scale to it, guys. Sorry. S on your keyboard, add a keyframe, then move this keyframe to where you want it to end, and scale. So leave this to here at the beginning. Then when you get to where this keyframe ended, scale it down to how you want it to be. Basically ease on your keyboard, and then you play back. Get it? So this is basically how you get this transition done. This is basically how you can get this transition done. All right, I wanted to talk about this text, how this text was done. If you notice how this text is changing colors, let's get to the end parts. How the text is changing colors and how it's moving. I wanted to do it in this video, but the video is too long, but let's just cut it here. So this is it. This is basically it. Thank you and God bless you.